my name is Natalie Owens, and welcome to By Black and Bookish, a booktube channel where a By Black girl has like 1,000 comments that I need to go through. And that's what I'm going to be doing while I'm talking. And I'm joined by my ghost roommate.
Hello.
So originally I was kind of going to go through like my writing goals on like a separate video, but I was like, hey, I have come across so much free time recently, so I might as well do like a separate video that I can upload like the last Sunday of each month. And so that's what I'm doing now. And I'm just gonna go through like the writing goals I've accomplished. All the big booktubers are doing do this wrap up every month of all the books they've read, and it's gonna be really funny because most of my wrap ups I am commenting on is just like comics. So it is what it is.
It's still literature.
It's still literature. No, it's just gonna be writing goals, and then also my my wrap up for the month. Okay, so I guess we'll start with my writing goals. So this month, they're on. This month, I said I would be writing 4 poems. I wrote 2 last night. I wrote 1 like a week ago. So that's 3 poems.
That's 3 poems.
That's 3 poems.
Got 1 to go.
I am probably going to write the last one either today or tomorrow. I kind of have a vague idea of what I want to be writing. And then, what else is there? I said I'll edit 25 to 30 pages of my script, which I have done already, but I boosted up the goal to write like 50 of them because, you know, I've come across so much free time lately.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, I might as well try to do half of the script this month and then do the other half next month. So I have like a quicker turnout, you know what I mean? And yeah, and that's it for writing goals. Also, another writing goal I had, which I did mention on my YouTube channel, was I was going to write a smutty novella this year. Of course, not underneath my own name, but you know that I've already written like the pitch. That was one of my goals for this month. Yeah. So I've done that, and I'm actually really excited to write it. It's gonna be fun.
And horny.
It's gonna be fun and horny, and who doesn't love that? And of course, it's not a boring, a normal boring smutty novella. It's gonna be a monster romance, because that's where the
best.
Yeah, that's where the cash money is. Yeah, I think that's it for writing goals. I haven't finished my Jason Todd fan fiction yet, but one day I hope we might. I'll definitely finish it this month, I think, because now I want to write other fan fictions. Specifically, I want to write a Ghost Bat fan fiction, and I want to write a Brew Harvey fan fiction. Do you know who Brew Harvey is? So Brew Harvey is the ship between Bruce and Two-Face.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, yeah, Harvey. Okay, I got it.
And listen, I will explain why suddenly I'm like, I think this ship is really good, actually. Oh. Now it's time for my wrap up. I've written all the ones, everything I've read with a little review on it.
Yeah. Damn. You're so well organized.
I know, thank you. So I have it color coded, where it's like, oh, comic book issue, then a graphic novel / manga, then fiction, then nonfiction. I mostly read comic book issues this month because I'm a huge old nerd, right? But I've read some graphic novels and / mangas, and I've finished 1 fiction, and I'm almost done with another. So I will be done with it by the end of the month. So I'm just going to start with the graphic novel / manga, because those are shorter, and then I'll do quick fire comic book issues. So you and I have both read Our Dining Table. It was really cute.
It was just so wholesome.
I gave that 4.5 out of 5. I really loved it. It was just like it's a safer work boys love manga, and it's about this like man and these two men connecting like through their love for food and like rediscovering it and stuff like that. And giving people food is probably like my favorite way of expressing love. And I'm just like, I loved it so much. What else? I also read another cute, wholesome boys love that was a tiny little bit spicier, which was Life, Us from the Line. You also read this one.
I did. I love that one. It's really so much. Cute.
It's about these two teenagers that meet while playing like that game where you walk on the line. And then they fall in love, and the story follows them as they get older, and their relationship goes through their ups and downs. And I just love to see like older queer couples. I feel like a lot of media doesn't really focus on that a lot because it's not like sexy, you know what I mean? So another one that I read that I put into the more than graphic novels, this one's not a manga, is Death in the Family. You got this for me for Christmas. And
you're welcome.
I read the first part, the Death and Family part, like 2 different times. But I finally like went ahead and read the second part, which is what is it called? It is the introduction story arc for Tim Drake. It's like Lonely Place of Dying. That's what it's called. And honestly, it kind of made me like Tim Drake a little bit more. He's still a little freak, and that's honestly probably what I really like about him. I wish more manga would kind of like lean in heavy with the fact that he's kind of a little psychopath freak, like stalker little boy.
Yeah,
he's so funny that way. But no, I really liked it. The ending for Death in the Family specifically, I didn't really like because it's the whole like Joker becomes an Iranian ambassador for whatever reason. It is it's so dumb. This is my DC pile. It's so much bigger than my Marvel pile, which has 3 comics in it right now. I read Batman Urban Legends Volume 1, and I told you how I really liked
the first
storyline, Sheer, with Jason Todd. Like, so the ending is really makes me really sad because it really kind of emphasizes that, hey, Bruce and Jason kind of want the same thing, but they're just so... They have the emotional intelligence of like a rock. They just can't really see eye to eye, or they kind of refuse to see eye to eye, so they can finally get to that point that they both won't. And that just makes me so sad. Anyway, okay. I gave that a 3.5 out of 5, mainly because while I really liked the first storyline, I really didn't like the second one with this character called the Grifter. I don't know. Didn't really appeal to me. I thought, not that he was boring, because fundamentally there's something really similar to him in Jason. But I don't know. You can't outdo the doer. You know what I mean? So after that, I finally finished reading this audiobook I was listening to for quite some time called Something to Talk About, which I gave a 3 out of 5. And it was like this cute WLW romance about like this like Hollywood star who like became a director / producer for this TV show, and like the romance she had with her assistant. It was like there was kind of like a spicy scene at the end, and that was nice too. But I do wish they ended up together a little sooner, so it can like kind of explore more about like how to publicly come out, and especially seeing as like the actress lady hasn't come out as a lesbian yet. I mean, she like kind of hinted a little, and people speculated that they were dating because there's like a picture of them getting kind of cozy, but they weren't dating at that point, or even like aware of their feelings for each other. But I would like to see like the backlash of them coming out, and also kind of since they were Boston employee, and there was like a scandal in the book about like someone taking advantage of their position of power to hit on the assistant lady. So that would have been interesting to explore, but it kind of ended kind of abruptly. So another one that we've both read, which was Inferno Girl Red Volume 1. It was really good. It was like kind of cheesy, and the pacing wasn't all there. And like almost immediately as you meet a character, you kind of immediately know who they were gonna be. But I don't know. That was kind of part of the charm of it. It really reminded me of like the old, like superhero kid cartoons, like Danny Phantom, American Dragon, Jake Long, and all that. I don't know. I thought it was cute.
Exactly. That's what it's about.
That's what it's about. So yeah, that's all the graphic novels / fiction I read. So quick fire for the comics. Detective Comics Annual 2022. I gave it 3 out of 5. It was a nice annual, like, comic special. Didn't really have anything to do with the main storyline. But I do kind of love when they do the thing where it kind of implies there's always been a Batman. And no matter what time period or world or, like, alternate universe you're going to land up in, there's always some version of Batman trying to fight the good fight and stuff like that. I do really love that. Then Detective Comics 1067, 4 out of 5, and also 1068, which I also gave a 4 out of 5, I think. I read it last night. I gave 1068 a 4.5 out of 5. So 10607 I gave just a 4 out of 5, and I just really love gothic Batman, because that's basically what the storyline is right now, and it has really cool covers. But 1068 really ignited a love I didn't know I had, which is the love for Bruce and Two-Face. I think. Listen, I follow someone on Twitter who ships them, and I'm like, I don't really get it. But now I've read 1068.
Now you get it.
Now I get it. Because there's always like a direct parallel between Batman and Two-Face that they do. And I'm kind of addicted to it, especially since, okay, so Harvey knows who Batman is. But Two-Face does not know who Batman is. And in order to save Batman, Harvey had to tell Two-Face who Batman is. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be nasty. This is going to be bad. The angst. I kind of love them. What else is there? Read Young Justice Targets 6. And this is the last we're ever going to see of Young Justice because the cartoon got canceled.
Why, God?
But it was kind of a lackluster ending to the limited series. And, you know, I'm just kind of sad you couldn't get more of the show, especially since they were going to do, like, the evil girl team-up thing and also the chance of more Jason Todd. And that really motivates me. Read Titans United Blood Pact 4 and 5, which I do think I gave both a 3.5 out of 5. Yeah, I both gave a 3.5 out of 5. Because in Titans United, Raven is kind of like the big bad. Because she got brainwashed by Brother Blood or something like that. Raven. And listen, the Raven is the big bad. They're all fucked. Yeah, they are. But listen, little Tim Drake is trying his motherfucking best. And also there's some cute Dick / Corey interactions, and that's really the main reason why everyone should be reading this. And I will get my crumbs where I can get them. And also, Connor kind of, in this alternate universe that Raven created with her blood magic powers or whatever, Connor kind of views Lex as his dad, and Lex just really cherishes his son. Aww, and I love that. Lex is the better dad out of him and Clark. Batman vs. Spawn #1, 3 out of 5. Kind of a fun team up between Batman and Spawn.
That's a new one, right?
That was the one you let me know.
Yeah.
I think it's just a one shot. I don't think they're gonna do a follow up. Even though I did kind of feel like they were going to.
Yeah.
Because they had that weird thing with Joker where he's like, oh, don't worry, my babies or whatever.
That's
We're
why
going to get a chance.
I don't know if it was good. I like the art.
Yeah, it was nice. And it had Court of Owls too. I do really love evil secret societies and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Then Miles Morales, Spider-Man #1. I just love Miles. I love him so much. He's my baby. And now he's like an older teen. He's just really kind of going through it. Yeah. Kind of reaching his like edgy phase a little. Yeah. But I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Daredevil #6. I gave a 4 out of 5. Both Madden and Lecter are Daredevils, and they're technically married. And they're the leaders of the Hand, and Matt's trying to use his new power to truly reform villains. And I do really like that because it's not like he's just trying to beat them up and punch them. He's really trying to make them see like, oh, you can use their strengths to help people. Mm-hmm. And then in Daredevil issue 7, which also came out recently, I also gave a 4 out of 5. And they bring the Punishers back, and he's kind of like a really good direct foul to Matt and how he treats criminals. And also Matt's just said this really great line, like, I'm a decent superhero, but a damn good lawyer. I'm like, damn right you are. So Daredevil #7, I also gave a 4 out of 5. Briar #2, I gave a 3 out of 5, which is a fairy tale retelling of Sleeping Beauty, kind of like Ella Enchanted, but like a lot edgier and darker. Mm-hmm. It gives off like kind of high fantasy Lord of the Rings-esque feel to me. Right. And then All Against All, issue #1, I gave 2.5 out of 5. The art was really cool. And that's pretty much all I can say about it. I found the story a little, I don't know, not really hard to follow, just kind of, I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah, I feel that. I just really like the colors. Absolutely.
The colors and the art was really good. I did enjoy that. What else was there? There was Batman versus Robin #4. I love Damien as Robin so much. He's really funny.
I love that little dude.
He's kind of a real bastard, but that's what really makes him funny. And I find his journey of like trying to reconcile the ideas of his mother and father that they taught him, and like trying to become his own person. Mm-hmm. I do really like that about Damien. I think he has a way better, at least more interesting character growth than I think they're giving Tim Drake right now. And I really want that for the little bastard. I want him to like grow as a character, but they're just not really giving him the chance to do so, especially since they're just keeping him in the Robin costume. But
let Tim grow.
Let Tim grow up. But it does, issue 4 does lead directly into the new DC storyline, Lazarus Pit, mm-hmm. which I do think came out recently. I need to read it because I'm kind of excited about it. So Batman Incorporated #3, which I gave 3.5 out of 5. Ghostmaker is a real asshole, and I love him for it because he kind of had like his own idea of a Robin after the death of Jason, and then when it just didn't work out for him, he's just kind of like left him to die. So of course the kid comes back to try to kill him, and then recruit kind of like his new, I guess, sidekick Clown Hunter to also join him into killing Ghostmaker. And in issue #4, which also came out recently, I gave a 3 out of 5. All I wrote was like, kind of hoping Ghostmaker will get his ass kicked. I ain't gonna lie, I love him. He's my babe, but I do kind of hope he gets his ass kicked. Then Wakanda in issue 3, I gave it 2.5 out of 5, which is just a series of like prominent Black Panther characters, not really connected to each other throughout the series. This was probably my least favorite one, even though I really like Killmonger. It just didn't really do it for me, writing or art-wise. My favorite one was the one with Shuri, which was the first one. Then there's Poison Ivy #7 and #8, which I gave both a 3.5 out of 5. And I thought it was like kind of worthwhile commentary on Ivy's brand of eco-terrorism and other methods of like trying to save the planet. And kind of Ivy starting to become like really self-aware that maybe her actions probably aren't the best, and kind of wants to genuinely connect to normal people But another cool thing about the Poison Ivy issue is that there's kind of horrifying and like kind of psychedelic body horror going on a little bit. So that's kind of cool. And then Deadpool issues 1 and 2, which I really liked, mainly for his non-binary like love interest that he has now.
Let's go.
They're very, very pretty. And also it's just funny. It's action-packed. And I think it's connected to a larger, like, specifically X-Men storyline because it has that Destiny.
I mean, I think most of the time Deadpool really is usually connected to either Spidey or
X-Men, yes. Because it has this Destiny of X thing right here. And that's kind of the overarching storyline that's going on with the X-Men. But it didn't really make me feel lost because I don't know anything about what's going on in Destiny of X. So I think that's a sign of a pretty good comic issue. And then the last issue for Sword of Azrael, and I love Azrael so much.
I do too.
His character is kind of just like an exaggerated version of like every kid who grows up religious and just kind of comes to terms with that, at least in my opinion. And I love how he became like the angel of like mercy rather than vengeance.
Yeah,
that's
really,
character growth.
Yeah, it was really cute and sad.
I hope they do another Azrael run. I'll read it. Then Dark Knights is still number 9. We're almost done. We're almost to the ending. This is one of the only Tom Taylor works that he's done lately that I'm like, you're doing good, because everything I hear about Nightwing I don't like, and except for the whole moment in the latest issue of Nightwing where he hugs Bruce and says, "I love you, Dad." I'm like,
aww,
that is really cute.
Yeah.
Other than that,
no.
Tom Taylor's not really my favorite comic book writer, but this is like fun fantasy AU fan fiction, and you do need to read this though, because the reveal of who the villain was and how Alfred knows who the villain is so wild. It's so wild.
Oh, wait, the night. Okay, I'll read it.
Batman issue 131, which I gave a 4.5 out of 5. This is written by one of my favorite comic book writers lately. He also writes Daredevil. He is, what's his name? Chip Zdarsky or something like that. I love the way he writes Batman and Daredevil. It's just really good. And for Batman issue number 131, it's like the aftermath of the fail-safe story arc where he got seemingly killed right in front of like little Timmy. But he's actually sent to like an alternative universe. And now Tim is back to being like an obsessive little freak, trying to get Batman back, kind of like how he was when Batman was seemingly dead after before Battle for the Cow. And then Tim got real obsessed, like, he's not dead, he's lost in the time stream, and everyone's like, whoa, calm down there, Timmy. I read Mosley issue 1. I gave it 3 out of 5, and it's like a cool sci-fi world. There's like commentary on like how technology is going too far. It's also kind of cool because tech has become godlike. It's become like its own religion. I do think that was kind of cool, but I don't think I'm going to continue it. The new Champion of Shazam issue 4, which is the last issue of this series, where Mary, the older sister to Billy, becomes the new Shazam, because Billy's like lost somewhere, like trapped in like in a magic place. I don't even know what. Not
Billy. What the?
But it does end with her like going off to go find him, which is also a build up more to like Lazarus Planet. So again, I really need to read Lazarus Planet. But it was a solid ending. I really like it. I do really love like the whole found family trope. I love these kids. It's cute.
I love Shazam.
I do really love Shazam too. And that's it. Yeah, those are all the comics. I mentioned 106.8 and how I'm a Brew Harvey shipper now.
Yeah.
And that's it. Well, Natalie, thank you for joining me.
Oh, well, thank you for having me.
Well, that's everything I read in January and also wrote. And I guess that's it.
Do you want to show them your cool box?
Oh yeah, let me show my cool box. Got a new comic box. It's like Wakanda, and you see Shuri on one side and Killmonger on the other. as opposed to my normal black one, which is really heavy because it's filled with comics. And that's it. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.